Welcome back to the Black Hills Boys podcast. This is season 2, episode 8 of the show. It's a special occasion here for the Black Hills Boys, hence why I'm dressed up, why Joshua was wearing a polo, and Shay apparently didn't get the memo. But the big celebration we have today is that James Houston did shit himself.
I'm not celebrating that. I'm just
full on soil in the pants.
I don't celebrate people's bad moments like you guys.
That wasn't a bad moment. He made the tackle. He just shit his pants.
I feel like anytime you don't make it to the toilet, it's not a good thing.
Listen, no one has to say any names, but raise your hand if you've shit your pants, sharted in your 20s. All right. I don't feel bad, James Houston. You're still the man.
So I do have to tell a story about that goes with James Houston's situation. Okay. I'm not going to name any names. I doubt they listen to this, but our center in high school shit his pants. Okay. Now, the problem with the center doing it and then not coming out of the game is we didn't run shotgun. Okay. Quarterback comes off the field a couple plays later and is just losing his mind, saying how so-and-so shit their pants. And I'm like, whatever, it never happened. And he's like, smell my hand. Not kidding you.
Oh, he had all the grease, huh?
Yeah. And then my brother was the assistant coach. So as that kid went to the bathroom, because at our field, you had to go all the way around the stands to get to the bathroom. Our locker rooms weren't even at the facility. So my brother had to go check and make sure he was good. But yeah.
Did you get rid of the football or did you keep the football?
See, I think we actually played with that ball though. It was more the fact his hand was touching his butt. It wasn't really the ball that was the issue.
So he had poopy hand?
Yeah. Yeah. So it happens.
Did you see it on TV, Dave?
Yeah, bro. They zoomed in on it, and I was like, "No way, I saw that right." And so I went to Twitter instantly, just to find all my resources and facts. And I looked. Someone's like, "Oh, that's got to be yellow Gatorade," and a lot of people are like, "Nah, he shit himself." And here's it for the viewers that are listening. That is poop.
That's yellow Gatorade. He wouldn't lie.
Bro, there ain't no way you didn't get the rest of your ass with yellow Gatorade. That's poop.
He switched his pants though.
Yeah, he did at halftime. Or maybe after a quarter even. It might have been after the first quarter, I think he switched it out.
I think it was after a drive. He just hopped in the old med tent. And...
You ever hit somebody so hard you just shit them?
No.
You ever inflicted that much pain or you just shit your pants?
I want to know what happened though.
Did you
just was making a tackle and just lost control of everything? And
I'm thinking there was he kind of held his breath and really, and some air had to go out one way. I don't know.
I will say, for James Houston's sake, he did play pretty well during the shit game.
Best PFF he's had since he had that 4-sack game his rookie year.
Yeah, I mean he actually he played very well. I mean I noticed they kind of moved him back to linebacker though.
The secret's out, man. When James Houston shits himself, he plays well.
Yeah. And the Lions are 1-0 when James Houston shits himself.
And when Jared Goff throws 5 picks.
Yes. Yeah.
That's wild.
How many teams can have a guy shit himself and have the quarterback play like dog shit and still win?
It says a lot about the organization.
It says a lot about that team.
How is my phone at?
Sorry. Josh, put your fucking phone on silent. I'm not doing this today, man.
Sorry. Sorry. It's on silent. Sorry. I apologize.
You should have known better.
I'm trying to be professional here. Sorry.
So how's the week been, boys?
What day of the week is it? Wednesday? It's been all right.
Wednesday.
Got to go golf a little bit on Sunday with Chatty B.
Go.
That way I didn't have to watch anything else that was going on Sunday. Yeah. How about you, Shay?
We'll get there. We'll get there.
I wish he wasn't so honest about them.
Dallas is also a Dallas fan.
I know. I flipped him off the other day, and I was like, I can't flip off one of my own. Like, I kind of felt bad about that because he did make a very honest comment about them, and I overreacted. But
You're an asshole.
Yeah. I'm bitter. Very bitter.
My week's been pretty good. I had Monday off work.
Tuesday off work.
Nope,
Today
I
off.
worked yesterday. Dissed a field yesterday. Today, my grandpa and I brought some cows in to get preg checked, and then I went and dissed some more and saw a really big deer the other day. Kind of got me rocked up. And tomorrow is Thursday beers, so it's gonna be a good day.
I wanted to visit this real quick too, and I saw you had signed some contract on Twitter for your Thursday beers. Really love the professionalism of that contract.
Yes.
Next episode, I'm gonna have to pull that up. Well written, well versed. However, the way you acted on Friday last week was very disappointing to say the least. I think your hangover took the best of you. You did not look well in the morning for the Snapchat I got from you.
I had a 2-day hangover. I was fucked up. If you would have seen me, Jason, Carter in the bar on Friday night, see there's all the proof you need.
But I thought this thing was just in Jace's basement. I didn't know you guys were going to bars too.
We started going to the bar.
Is that part of the contract?
Yep.
This seems like it could get expensive. My vote would just be to stay in the basement.
We'll probably end up there eventually.
Did you get that Instagram message from me yesterday about it's like lightning but with the red Solo cup and ping pong balls like you're playing beer pong?
No.
Let me I'm gonna show this for the viewers.
That'd be very fun.
Let me see if I can pull this up.
So Shay, like on a Friday after it froze. Someone's spilling the cup no matter what.
This way. There's Sackman.
Yeah. The shooter from Beyond the Arc. Is that what you're talking?
Yeah, the guy making it.
Yeah.
I don't know how we never thought of that game.
No shit.
There's only so many games you can play. We only have so much time.
Things escalated on Thursday night beer, Shay? What, talk to me through this.
No.
Talk me through this.
We were just having a friendly conversation. And Jace was also yelling. I wasn't the only one.
I don't think
weren't
he doesn't say anything about himself yelling there.
He yelled.
Doesn't look like it.
We were dropping a lot of profanity was being said in the Black Lab.
Josh, did you ever have any good experiences at the Black Lab?
Not really, no.
All right.
You got arrested.
No, I never.
Did you ever see any wildlife like a coon or anything out there?
No. Just no, not that I can think of off the top of my head. I just wanted to...
Terrible bet, Dallas. At least you could have wore a Lions jersey.
Dallas.
See, there's Jace finally fessing up.
Oh. So Jace isn't so innocent. Poor Carter in this case.
I'm fairly confident Carter might be able to take you both. Carter's a big boy.
It's a good chance.
I have watched him carry you with one arm, so that wouldn't stop.
He did carry me with one arm.
That did happen.
That was funny.
Good friend to have on your side.
I feel bad for Carter because I know what it's like for Shay and someone else to team up on a person and just be rude to him. So, yeah, Dallas, that's where you're wrong. I have no faith.
But yeah, Thursday beers is tomorrow. I'm probably not gonna get as drunk tomorrow as I did last week, but I will indulge.
Since when
moderately.
have you been a quitter?
What?
Since when have you been a quitter?
I got a big weekend ahead of me. I can't have a 2-day hangover again, dude. That was miserable.
What's your weekend?
I was literally basically brain dead on Friday. I'm not making that up.
So, Shay, I do want you to know this. This can be hard for me, but I actually think that I might have to officially quit calling you East River guy.
Why?
Because if your deer season starts next weekend, You're
Brother,
technically-
look at a map geographically.
I know, but
there's the Missouri River runs through the middle of South Dakota,
I
and
know.
Winter is geographically on the west side of the river.
I know, but to me, you guys just
So that would
you act like East
So,
River.
Dave, if we are on the west side of the river, would that make us West River or East River geographically?
Technically, but your behavior, your attitude's more of an East River type.
You're a fucking
But-
idiot. Respectfully.
But I'm going to consider you West River. Okay, some of those other. I'm not. I'm from South Dakota, Jace. Anyways, I'll consider you West River. Some of those other winter guys, probably not, though.
That's fair, man.
Yeah. I hope you shoot a nice deer. I'm actually
Thanks,
flying
buddy.
back on Friday to go try to shoot a deer. So,
Is it rifle season there?
yeah.
Yeah, it opens on Saturday. Got my
Yeah.
brothers coming to stay with me this weekend.
I might.
Who's coming to stay with you? Ben is?
Yeah.
I'm just
Yeah,
glad he
we-
can commit to something.
Yeah. Well, we'll see if he shows up.
I think Ben's at a school board meeting or something tonight.
Yeah, Ben always acts so official. He almost acts as Dave dresses.
He does, and we know we've seen him at his worst, and he's not professional.
I got enough stuff to put that guy away for a long time.
Yep.
I hate when you always bring that up because it's really not fair. You,
It's
for
fair.
some reason, the more I think about it, we should have taken your phone every time we went out. Because
Yeah, because you're going to go to prison someday.
I'll just never run for any office, and because you would get paid way too much money for the dirt you have. Your loyalty only goes to a certain dollar amount.
Yeah, and it's not anything above. I mean, you hit $20. I mean, I'm pretty willing to share some info.
15 maybe for some of it. Yeah.
What about a rough hand job?
Just depends if Taco Bell is running any specials, but Shay, you can DM me.
So David, how's your week been?
It's been good, man. We just wrapped up our sports banquet for the fall seasons, recognizing the athletes, and then hasn't been too crazy, man. I'm watching mom and dad's dogs. They're out on a cruise. They're still out on the. Haven't heard from them in a few days, so hopefully they're doing well. I know they're going to go snorkeling and stuff like that, but dad's got the all-inclusive drink package. So, Marky Bobby's turning up on that cruise ship.
Fuck
So
yeah.
I just wonder, is he hitting that up before he jumps in with his snorkel?
who knows with that guy, dude?
He's gonna be wrestling a shark.
Yeah,
for sure.
lots of opportunities for bad situations to.
Probably going to ride a shark, thinking it's a dolphin, and get on a shark.
That'd be
Decent
cool.
chance. But now the week's
Great
been
sport.
good. Week's been good. I'm just trying to get to the weekend. One more week of work, and then Thanksgiving break for a week. So pretty dang excited about that.
Damn, you get a whole week off Thanksgiving, huh?
Yeah, week off Thanksgiving, 2 Christmas, week off spring break.
It's wild. I just figured when you told me no, you couldn't come visit me for Thanksgiving, it was because you had to work. But
And I just don't want to see you.
whole week. Chad invited us to Friendsgiving, and you. Nice.
I would go have Friendsgiving with you, but I'm not friends. It'd just be giving. I'm not trying to
Something's not adding up, Josh.
Yeah.
You'll figure it out.
Maybe you could give me a year out notice.
I'm pretty
I'll have
sure
my
I'll
people get back to your people.
All right, so next year, Friendsgiving. Let me know.
I need a mailed letter before Thanksgiving Day that year
Needs a
out.
contract.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Seeing is not worth writing you a letter at this moment.
Shay, I would write you a letter.
I would also write you one.
Who's gonna read the letters to you guys?
Carter. Jace. I don't know.
Jace?
We know Jace can't read. Stop.
Brett, come on, man. Brett, you know you love me, buddy. What do you guys got going on this week? Anything?
Seriously, don't you? It's not like you don't even
Oh,
listen
yeah.
to him.
I just see your.
You asked us how our week's going. We both mentioned.
I
that
gotta
we're
mute Josh.
What
All
about
right.
you, Dave?
Nothing, just chilling, man. We're supposed to allegedly another hurricane's moving in that for next week, so who knows,
Fuck
man.
'em. Fuck them.
A little bit on college football. I just want to briefly touch that. What's your guys' thoughts? Probably rankings are similar to what they were. Georgia obviously fell off. What's your guys' thoughts on Georgia first and foremost?
What are your thoughts on their player dancing with?
Carson Beck sucks ass.
Player dancing with.
Did you see their player dancing when the crowd stormed the field?
That's because it was his family.
I don't care. Would you dance with your family after you just lost?
If I hadn't seen him for a while, maybe.
No.
If it was Dave, I would.
No, not even Dave.
Respectfully.
If it was Jace, I would.
Maybe Jace.
Not you, Josh.
I know.
I'd give you the bird.
I wouldn't want you to dance with me. I wouldn't want you to be okay with losing.
Josh, do you think you're going to get your – I see your name tag down there, your 5-time Super Bowl champs. Do you think you're going to get your 6th this year? Or what's our thoughts?
No, I wouldn't put money on it this year. No. I will.
Okay, thanks, Josh. We'll move on.
Yep.
Yeah, actually, I don't even want to talk about college football right now. I just want to hear about oh, this is sweet. Yeah, Brett. This is a good one.
I was going to bring that up in a little bit.
Yeah, so the Talich kid from Cody was a stud, obviously, for Cody. Played quarterback and safety for him. Had opportunities to go all over the place and ended up going to Notre Dame. Brett, I don't know, did he get a scholarship there, or was that a walk-on deal? I can't remember. Maybe you know, but pretty cool. He had like a 96-yard interception return.
Wasn't quite 96.
What was it? 86?
Like 70-some. 73, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I mean, regardless, that doesn't make a difference, but that dude's going to be a stud in 2 years.
He's big, huh?
Yeah. He reminds me of, you probably don't know who it is, Drew Tranquil. He plays linebacker for the Chiefs. He was a safety for Notre Dame for years, and he was a stud.
Yeah, 79. This says his interception. Oh, yeah, so he was walk-on last year, scholarship in the spring, so that's pretty cool. You know,
Yeah,
it's not very
he's
often.
gonna be a stud.
It's not very often you see kids come out of Wyoming, South Dakota, North Dakota, really, that are impactful like that. You'll have some linemen every once in a while, I feel like, but skill position or safety, DB-wise, I don't feel like that's frequent.
No.
Why do you think that is?
I mean, level of competition, population, I don't know. Like you come to schools down here, man, the athletes, some of these kids walking around look like literally D1 college kids and they're still in high school. So I think for one, population, more to choose from in different areas, I would say it was definitely probably a contributing factor.
But
like a bigger, faster, yeah, they're a lot bigger, a lot faster, a lot stronger. And I'm not going to pull up Brett's other comment.
I have a feeling I know.
Yeah, you do.
But I mean, it says a lot about that kid from Wyoming. I mean, even seeing the field at that point, because Notre Dame's secondary is fucking loaded with talent. And I mean,
so you watch every game, Shay. What's his minutes looking like? Is that just because it was the end of a game situation, or is he getting actually pretty key minutes?
Well, he's not getting key minutes because we got Jordan Clark and Xavier Watts, who are, I would say, 2 top 10 safeties in the nation. Like, no shit. But I think next year he's definitely going to step into a role. I wouldn't be surprised if he moves the linebacker because he is fucking massive. I mean, he's a big ass dude.
You know, another kid that came out of Wyoming that I think of too in that role that played safety in high school would be Logan Wilson. Played at UW, was a Casper kid, played DB all through high school, and then rolled down to linebacker where now he plays for the Cincinnati Bengals.
He's the dude that had the pass interference where they lost the Super Bowl. That Logan Wilson.
Yep.
Damn.
He gives a lot back to Wyoming. Like when I went back this summer, he actually was at that coach's clinic I went to, and he speaks and does a really good job of giving back to the community. And then, you know, obviously he's converted a lot of UW fans into Cincinnati Bengals fans. And I don't know, just a good kid. It's hard talking to the kid. I was trying to teach him how to play craps in Deadwood, but he's like so much more mature than we are, and he's younger than we are. It's just like those guys just have a different head screwed on.
It's weird, huh? To find people more mature than us. It's rare.
It's not tough, but I'm just saying, like, just the way he conducted himself, you know.
Yeah, because he was at that one in Deadwood, right?
Yeah, he was at the Deadwood one, and then last year when I went to, was it Casper? I went to for that coach's clinic. He was there too.
Oh, that's cool.
You could beat him in a fight.
Brett's stuck in the airport, half toasted, a lot of special teams time at the Wyoming Raises, and the ghost penalty on Logan Wilson.
That's why I said it, because it was questionable. But especially in the situation.
On the rest of college football, Miami went down. I don't think that really surprised a whole lot of people, I guess.
They're still in the top 10, aren't they?
I think they're pretty fraudulent.
Or
They had been the cardiac kids all year, man, where they should have lost 3 or 4 of those games and end up somehow finding a way.
That's why I say I don't think it really surprised anyone, because I don't think they're that good, honestly. The ACC is weak as fuck.
So is Cam Ward still the Heisman front runner? Last I looked, he was like plus 120.
I think it's between him and Travis Hunter right now. I mean, I know Ashton Genty's up there, but I don't know if they're going to give it to a G5 guy.
It'll go to Travis Hunter, where he's playing 2 positions like that. I think that just probably solidified it, him losing the game.
Well, Colorado's 9-2 or 8-2, whatever they are. I mean,
they got a good shot to make.
There's a good chance they'll be in the Big 12 championship, and if they win that, they're in.
That'd be wild.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Dallas Goddard. Where's he from, Josh? I know you know this.
He's from
Britain.
Who's the
from Timberlake?
Tucker Kraft? And when they played Sunday Night Football, that was actually pretty cool because didn't they have an interview about Timberlake? Like I remember seeing that. Yeah.
I took a charge out of Tucker Kraft, locked his ass down in a basketball game one time. Little bitch.
Go ahead, Josh.
Coaching against him, football he's just a different human. He was a freak. He was one guy, like on film, you're like, oh yeah, he's pretty good. And then you got there and you saw him, like how big he was as a high schooler. You're like, huh. Didn't know they made kids that look like that.
He was a big dude.
Yeah, but Goddard sounded like he didn't even really like work out a whole lot, and he was just a good athlete. And when he got to college, he finally like took the weight room seriously.
And now he's a top 10 tight end in the league.
Yeah. What was Nate Gary from Sioux Falls? He was a freak because he was super fast. That was another guy that didn't look like a high schooler.
He was also on roids.
Well, he had to have been. The state track meet, I've never seen a high schooler with like arms bigger than both my legs together.
He was on roids. He got dinged for it when he was at Nebraska.
Did he?
Yeah.
Is he still in the league?
No, he hasn't been in the league for a couple of years.
2-3 years? Yeah.
But for Jace, let's talk about this. Nebraska hired a new OC midway through the year. So we'll see how that works out for them. They're Nebraska's kind of a dumpster fire right now. I know Jace is pretty excited for this new offensive coordinator, but I hope they lose out and don't make a bowl for the 15th year in a row.
Is that all you have to say?
Yeah, that's all I have to say.
Are we waiting for a Jace comment?
I wanted to revisit this from Brett, where he says there's going to be some complete ass beatings in the first round of the college football playoffs. I think it's going to actually be more interesting than a lot of people think. You know, it's going to finally give some of these Cinderella teams an opportunity to see what they're like. You know, you're going to have, I don't even know what Liberty's record is this year, but you'd have Liberty last year that would have made the tournament. Colorado, if they get in.
Liberty in the bowl game got whooped, though.
Yeah. I'm not saying they're not going to. I'm just saying you get an opportunity to see some of these teams that think should have a shot at the national championship. Now you actually get that opportunity. So,
yeah. Be interesting. I hope there's at least one upset. Just
Josh, right now, top 5 go. College football. Top 5 go. I don't watch college football. All right. That was a dumb question.
I looked at the rankings and I actually agreed with the rankings the other day. So that I did look up. But
Shay, top 5 go.
I hate football.
1, I'll say Oregon just because they play a weak-ass schedule and are undefeated.
Oh, that's why I would say 1-2 if they're weak schedule.
Well, they're 9-0, whatever the fuck they are. But their quarterback's gay. 2. I know they got 2 losses, but I'm gonna go Bama. I think they're kind of finding their footing. 3. Ohio State. 4 Ole Miss. 5 Notre Dame.
All right, I'm going 1 Texas. I still think they find a way. 2 Ohio State. 3 I got Ole Miss rolling up there after their last week performance. 4 Oregon. 5 Notre Dame.
The only team I don't want Notre Dame to play in the first round is Bama. That's the only team I don't want to play.
So who will Bama even have an opportunity to make this thing, you think?
Oh yeah.
Really?
They don't lose
If they win out. And here's another thing is like if you're a 2-loss Bama team and you make it to the SEC title, do you even play that game?
I don't know.
Because
this goes back to your Nebraska comment. Gentile score touchdown there, Brett. And Cade Austin's not stoked about the Ole Miss thing. He's an LSU boy now.
So
well, have fun with Brian Kelly, buddy. He's fucking.
Why would they not play the SEC title game?
Because you go into it with 2 losses. If you lose that, you're out.
But if you forfeit it, you're out.
I mean, there's going to be 3 from SEC regardless, I think.
You don't think
what
that?
What did you say, Dave?
You don't think forfeiting it?
I'm not saying you're going to forfeit it, but like if you're Alabama and you're a 2-loss team, like you're kind of hoping you don't play that SEC championship game because.
But on the flip of that, that's also your opportunity to show that you should be in the playoffs. So I think you'd have to play that game. I don't think you'd be able to like. Can you imagine that if a team was sitting out their conference championship for an opportunity to go to the playoffs because they didn't believe in their abilities to make
I don't think you can do that, but but I mean if it's because the 2-loss teams in the SEC are Georgia,
Bama,
Ole Miss,
Bama,
Missouri.
We said Bama twice.
Okay, so we got
Ole Miss, Georgia, Bama,
Missouri, and then A&M, LSU, and South Carolina have 3 losses.
Right.
And I think Texas is the only one with 1 loss.
Yeah, I gotta look further for next week at what the actual bracket right now looks like and what teams will have to do to punch their ticket. It's going to be interesting.
It is.
It's actually a really good year for it because you have so many of these teams with 1 loss or 2 loss that are actually starting to peak and climb. So Brian Kelly wants to make by a Tiger. I didn't realize LSU had that chant. The
the Tiger dick or something like that.
Yeah, that was it. And then they end up losing by 40 points, and Milroe ran for 300 yards. So let's get into some NFL stuff. There's been a lot of crazy things kind of happened in the league in the last week. You're starting to see teams start to tank. I've seen officially there's the tankathons on where you can see all the teams that are going to be competing for that first round pick or first overall pick. Excuse me. Not sure what Josh is doing.
Josh, are you okay?
I went ahead and muted Josh because who knows what he's got going on here.
I think he's jacking off.
You got teams starting to officially fire coaches and transition guys in new roles. The Bears went ahead and fired their OC. I think that's kind of a move to save the head coaches. You know what? Shay, what's your thoughts on the Bears firing him and outlook on coaches in the league getting moved around?
I think the Bears are doing what the Bears do with the first overall pick at quarterback. And the same thing that happened with Mitch Trubisky and Justin Fields is going to happen with Caleb Fields, where they draft him, bring him in with a head coach and OC, and fire both of them after the first year. And he's looked terrible the last 3 games. And I love it. I fucking hate that guy. But Shane Waldron was a terrible OC, and they replaced him with somebody who's possibly just as bad, if you saw that.
I want to say this is the first time in the history that a team has an opportunity to have 3 first round or first overall picks back to back to back years. Maybe I'm wrong about that, but
I'm sure the Lions did it at some point.
It's
Josh, how's your season going?
Not
you
good,
look at
guys.
that. You look at
Yeah,
that Bears
I'm
roster though, and like
first overall.
that Bears roster should be very good.
I think I was losing service. I think my internet was going out.
Brett, you could definitely play O-line for Chicago right now.
Like their roster though, like I mean, they're running back DeAndre Swift, quarterback Caleb Williams, wide receivers. And I'm not going to say they're loaded, but they have very capable guys at wide receiver, and Cole Kmet at tight end, and then their defense is.
Their O-line sucks.
Dude, you remember?
O-line.
You remember when we were ranking like who your top wide receiver rooms are in the NFL? You know, that might have been preseason. I think Bears were up there, maybe the number 1 for us at that time. And if they actually had an O-line and an OC that could call plays, like that would be a scary team because their defense is playing really good football right now.
I don't think it helps that DJ Moore hates Caleb Williams. Like it's very obvious he does not like Caleb Williams.
DJ Moore's a little baby, dude. Like his body language, pouty, like, reminds me of a crap.
Did you see him when they played Arizona? He just walked out the field like mid-play.
when the play was still going on.
Yeah. They traded for Keenan Allen. I think Keenan Allen is way past his prime. He's had way too many injuries, and I don't know. And then Rome Odunze. I mean, I don't have anything bad to say about Odunze, but I would. It's Olympic sport.
Do you think they could have? Think they would have won the Black Hills State intramurals?
I mean, if they competed in the ways that we did with the pregame in the basement on King Street, there is 0 chance they would beat us in our own game.
Yeah.
But I just fingers crossed that the Bears don't get Ben Johnson.
I can't imagine. Like I've seen a lot of things that Ben Johnson is going to have a perfect situation where, you know, you can kind of walk into there and change the culture maybe a little bit, and maybe it is just offensive play calling, but he's not going to take a job unless it's the right fit for him, and hopefully that's not Chicago. I've seen rumors of Dallas even, and I don't know if that's a great fit. Right now, you know, all the teams that are firing these coaches is probably because the organization's up in fire. Like there's a reason. Like you have to rebuild things, and
right.
I wouldn't want to go to Dallas.
Josh,
I would never want to go to Dallas.
Is McCarthy gone, Josh?
Well, he made it through this week, which I feel like it's a week by week thing, and I thought he'd be gone this week.
Who do you want as your next head coach? I mean, there's a lot of options. You got Flores doing a good job. You got who else was I thinking of the other day that I would take? Oh, Saleh just got fired. I don't know what he's like.
Vrabel.
I would love to see Bill Belichick come in and take over head coach and GM.
You think in this day and age, like in this era where player coaches like Dan Campbell and things like that, you think Bill could still get it done in the NFL? Like where he doesn't really relate with the players as much? I'm serious.
I think what he's doing now is helping him in that aspect.
I think the only way, it doesn't matter who the Cowboys have as a coach, if Jerry continues his position. See, Brad has a point. Like, that's my thing, is have to have a coach that's willing to tell Jerry, like, you want me to be your coach, this is how it's going to work. But he probably won't hire someone that says that. So next in line, I don't think.
So you're saying Belichick won. You'd say that would be your home run hire, like that would fix everything. You're gonna roll over the next year and be successful.
Nothing's going to fix everything. The dumpster fire has spread. It's as if you were like in charge of maintaining the fire at this point. It's from 1 acre to 100,000. Okay.
Correct.
But Belichick, I wouldn't mind Vrabel. Ben Johnson seems like he's a fairly smart human being. So
kind of like Josh.
So you're going Belichick, Vrabel. So you're defensive minded, is what you're thinking. You want a defensive minded coach. So why not Saleh?
Why not Brian Flores in that aspect?
Why not Flores? Flores would be my number one then, because what he's
Yeah.
doing in Minnesota is pretty impressive. Not that they
And
don't have
Aaron-
dogs,
Aaron
but
Glenn is very close behind that.
Aaron Glenn. I still think Flores, though. I think he kind of got screwed over in Miami. And then what he's doing, like, why would you not? I don't know why teams don't take head coaches that are fired in previous years. If they have zero ego, like, you can look at programs that are starting to be successful, and it's probably because they've taken a few guys that got fired as head coaches.
Right.
No, I don't know. I wouldn't mind Flores, I guess, because obviously they have.
I don't know why they'd fire Peyton.
Yeah,
But yeah.
I don't know. We'll see. See who. I wouldn't like Saleh. Well, I think the Jets are as poorly ran as like the Bears. Like he was given a situation, and I don't know.
The Jets and the Bears are very compatible.
Yeah, like Saleh didn't have a chance. But I also don't think a coach coming into the Cowboys right now has a chance. So I think that's where you're not going to get a Ben Johnson who, like,
I just don't understand, though, because Dallas still has so many good pieces on that team. Like, that roster has a lot of good athletes. Now, financially, you're going to struggle with contracts and things like that. But, like, you look at their defense last year, the year before, like, they were top 5 in the league. Offensively, you got CeeDee Lamb. Truly, their weakness, they're going to start having line issues, but their weakness is obviously that we hit on every week is the running back room. And that, to me, seems like a pretty easy fix. Like, one of the cheapest paid positions in the NFL. You're only there for 5 years, and then you get old, you go on to the next one. Like, how is that tough to replace that position?
It blows my mind that is the position that we struggle with because, like you said, it's cheap. Look at how many other teams have 2 good running backs.
I know one.
I know one right off the top of my head.
You want to think about one? Do you know one, Josh?
I'm trying to Google good running backs. Nothing's coming up. No.
This ringing any bells?
Is that no?
How about Demo scoring 2 times in Dallas?
Dude, the funniest thing, and I don't have the video. I want everybody to go watch. The Amon St. Brown, the Brown brothers have a podcast. And today they were talking about James Houston shitting himself. And I guess at halftime in the locker room, Demo came up to Amon and he was like, "Yo, dog, you see that? You see that Houston shit his pants?"
Oh, that would just be tough.
How do you you can't even live that down. You literally shit your pants.
You just accept it, man, and move on from it. You do have a stadium issue there with getting the sun in their eyes. Coach Reed wants a coach that gets drunk and fights a person. He wants overtime decided by fist fights with the coaches at the 50. You know, that would be better than what the rules are right now for overtime. I mean,
then give me Vrabel if that's how overtime is going to be settled.
Salah's a pretty big ass dude.
Yeah, but if I'm taking
Larry.
anyone, who's the head coach for the Bills?
McDermott.
Yeah, he's who I'm taking. He's a D1.
Why, because he references 9/11?
No, he's a D1 wrestler.
Oh, okay.
I think he's going to win a fight on the 50. He might just be the toughest dude in the NFL.
I don't know how Dallas is actually a bad situation though. Outside of you having to deal with Jerry, like
Yeah.
you have
Which
a lot of
is
really
I
good.
do think the
Have you ever heard of
financial.
have you ever heard of someone basically saying like that blinding sun is not an issue right after one of the best wide receivers in the league didn't see the ball because of it. He's landing his helicopter on the practice field. We got tours going on. He continues to say they're all in, and then we trade for a 4th string wide receiver for a 4th round pick. We let Derrick Henry go to Baltimore Ravens for I don't know, I think it was like a couple million more than what we paid Zeke, but he would have probably taken the pay cut to come to Dallas. He wanted to come to Dallas. We signed what?
He didn't though.
I mean, yeah, Dallas. I truly I don't know if there's anyone that can answer that question, just because it makes the most sense to go to the college rules where you're driving from the 40. If you don't score, you go for a 2-point conversion. Whoever doesn't get it loses the game, right? That's how it should be. I mean, the fact that somebody can win the game off a coin toss is unbelievable.
Drive from the 40 or doesn't college go from the 20 or 25?
It might be whatever it is, regardless. Like,
Yeah. But I don't know why they don't do something different. But the NFL is the NFL. So here's what I'm gonna say about the Cowboys since we're on the topic.
Can I ask a question quick about the Cowboys?
go ahead, Shay.
Who do you want to play quarterback this week? Cooper Rush, Trey Lance. From what I watched a good majority of that game last week, and I know what the right answer is.
At this point, Trey Lance and just let him play.
Josh, how much of that game did you watch?
Dog shit.
You talking to me?
Yeah, how much of that game did you watch?
I refuse to watch them.
You didn't
I
watch
went
any of it.
You didn't
No.
watch the game?
No.
Did
I
you
went
look
golf.
at stats?
I legitimately scheduled the golf round so Chad and Nicole could watch the Broncos and Vikings, and then we went golfing afterwards. I could have went golfing in the morning. I said no. I'd rather just miss the Cowboys.
Josh, can I tell you something?
Yeah.
That season that the Lions went 0-16, I didn't miss a game, glued to the TV. I just don't think the Cowboys are for you, buddy. I think they've taken it your heart out of you and ripped it out, threw it on the floor. James Houston shit on it, and I think it's time for you to transition into a Lions fan.
No. See, I told you I won't do that. I won't.
You can't
ever
say
do
you're
that.
devoted or loyal when you don't even watch their games. Like, I don't know.
I was
I'm-
checking
I'm-
the score every once in a while. I'll check the score, and it just kept getting worse and worse. And here's what I'm gonna tell you also. As a Lions fan, your expectations from the day you were born into being a Lions fan were zero. Okay, you
always
guys
optimistic.
stop. Okay, you never expected anything. You had Barry Sanders and still didn't expect to win more than maybe one playoff game for a couple of years. You've never had high expectations. As a Cowboys fan, people treat me as if I am a Broncos fan and say every year is my year. And I don't talk like they are the greatest thing since sliced bread. But yes, they won 5 championships. I put that on there today. You know why? Because it's all I have right now. All right?
You
All
have
I
us.
No, I don't even have you guys. You guys are mean to me about the Cowboys. So I don't know. I don't even have you guys.
Okay,
You guys
back to my question.
Yeah,
Do you want-
I said Lance.
because I watched Cooper Rush, and I might take Tim Boyle over Cooper Rush.
Dude, he's 5-2 as a starter.
Joey Harrington?
Scared. He is fucking terrible.
What's crazy about that is he is 5-2 as a starter. He went 5-1 and did not get a single offer pretty much from elsewhere in the league.
Do you want me to tell you why? Because he's terrible.
Brett's got the gambling advice of the day. Bet the under on the Cowboys. You will make money. Anyone Brett will cover your losses.
I hit the Dallas. I know.
Sorry, Dallas. I
Sorry.
hate to tell you this, but Josh is not in it.
Josh, are you old enough to remember them winning the Super Bowl?
I was 1 year old. Not even a year old yet. No, I
Josh
would
really doesn't remember much of college either, but that's for different reasons.
Yeah, so everything's a little blurry from back then. So yeah, I had nothing. Everyone who hates me because they were successful, because they hate the Cowboys because they won Super Bowls and stuff, I had nothing to do with that. I didn't get to. I don't even remember it. I remember more Emmitt Smith playing for the Cardinals than I do for the Cowboys. So, anyways, Cowboys suck. I probably won't even watch them this Sunday. What time do they play? I'll be hunting. So 1, yeah. I'm over it. Anyway, your Lions, guys. Let's talk about something that makes people smile.
You kind of disappoint me, Josh.
I know. After Is this year? Are we on year 4 in the system for Goff?
For Dak,
For Goff, for year 4, right?
Quattro.
Yeah. So things are clicking. You know, even 5 interceptions. Took 4
He
years.
threw 5 interceptions, but
I mean, hands down, I'll say that's hands down the worst. Some of the worst decisions I've seen him make, and just poor throws. Just back to the happy feet situation. Looked uncomfortable. All the praise of the Texans, man. They came out fired up. Defense was clicking. They looked really good. I mean, they look like a team that could go the distance as well.
Did he even have 5 incompletions last game?
No, I mean, he hasn't had 5 incompletions in like 5 straight weeks, but
Yeah. No, that's just crazy. And then the fact that they won is nuts. I'll let you guys talk on them. I will just sit here.
well, Shay, I'm gonna let you start, but I'll just pull this up for you, buddy, because I know you're gonna want this.
Yeah, first and foremost, James Houston did shit his pants. Goff played what?
I said confirmed.
Goff played terrible. Lions defense, I think we can
Shake and bake, baby.
I think we can all confidently say that the Lions defense is legit.
Would you say, Dave?
Yeah, I think they're starting to get the pieces together. I'm pretty excited to see what Zadarius Smith looks like, you know, helping out that pass rush, and that's only going to help the secondary. But I think the secondary is top 5 in the NFL. Safety tandem's number 1. You know, Arnold's still kind of a question mark for me, honestly, defensively. He makes a lot of errors. Probably could have got a PI that game.
Last week you were talking about how good he was.
He's getting better, but man, he kind of went back last week to getting hands on people and putting himself in
They
bad
were
situations.
they were going after him all game.
Why wouldn't you?
I know, that's what I mean.
But no, I think we're top 5 defense, right?
I would definitely say so.
With a handful of injuries.
And we got Emmanuel Mosley and
Iffy Melifonte coming back.
Yeah, and Iffy coming back. I mean, that just beefs our secondary up even more. I think when Mosley comes back, you're not going to see as much of Arnold.
Yeah, see, you called that a while ago. I'm still kind of on the fence on that. I think they're going to keep exposing him, and hopefully everybody stays healthy. But I'm feeling pretty good about our depth as we come down the stretch here, especially in that DB room. Linebackers starting to thin back out. Rodrigo's out with an ankle injury.
Yeah, how long is he out for?
I think he's coming back soon. It wasn't IR worthy, so probably in the next week or 2. But they put Reeves Maben, who's our special teams captain, in place of the linebacker. He's on IR.
Saw that.
Derek Barnes is on IR. I mean, our whole team's pretty depleted right now, and we're still finding ways to win games. So
yeah. Offensively, I mean, hats off to Houston. I mean, they shut that run down from the first quarter to the third.
Yep.
And then we kind of got Jameer out in space, and Diamond scored another touchdown. But, I mean, they did a great job. I would say my game ball and offense goes to Jameson Williams because he made 2 really tough catches.
Yeah, when he made the double clutch was good, but when he made that second catch over his head here, I thought he tore his knee again because he laid on the field and it looked like he hyperextended it. Yeah.
But and then obviously Jake Bates, man. I mean,
what a great story
that dude has.
How awesome is it that the Texans cut him?
It's pretty cool too.
Yeah, I just think you go start to finish that game. That first half, very reminiscent of that Ravens game last year, that Baltimore game where we just got the doors blown off of us.
Mm-hmm.
And then, you're still waiting. You're waiting for him to respond. They score a touchdown at halftime. 2-3 years ago, you'd have been like a fair weather fan like Josh and thought about shutting the game off. But I think all of us, Shay, me and you were texting back and forth. You knew in the back of your head, man, they still have an opportunity to come back in this thing. Like, when are they going to start coming back? When are they going to come back? When are they going to come back? Come out of halftime, Dan Campbell's giving a speech about, they do the halftime speech with the coach. He's saying we just got to get turnovers. As he's giving that speech, we get an interception. I think Carlton Davis picked it off.
Yeah.
And then two or three plays later, Jared throws his 4th interception, so we turn the ball back over. And that was kind of a whiff of hair out of your stomach there, but they just kept battling. Jake Bates had 2 incredible kicks that were, about this far, literally this far from missing either direction. So kudos to them. Kudos to the Lions. 8-1. First time I think in franchise history. Maybe it's since like 56, but I thought that was a week before. I'll have to fact check that for next week. But it's been fun as hell, man. Last year, you had expectations and you wanted to win the division and stuff. And I think, you're getting to the point now where you're pretty optimistic about making a run here at the Super Bowl, and you just hope guys can somehow get healthy and stay healthy and see what happens.
Yeah.
And this week we got the Jags without Trevor Lawrence.
Mac Jones is making a resurgence, buddy.
He is
Man,
not.
he's
I watched
bad at
the
football.
Vikings game, and that dude sucks ass.
He is bad at football.
Yeah.
He had some throws that like had such little zip on the ball too.
Yeah.
Just-
It's not a good look.
The end of the game with like less than 5 minutes left, I think he had a fumble and a pick to lose them the game basically.
He had a pick, fumbled the snap, next drive threw a pick.
Yeah, it was quite the Also,
The Vikings didn't score a single touchdown and won.
yeah.
And Sam Darnold also came back down to earth because
Yeah, he's looking like Sam Darnold.
Yeah, it does not look
A little bit. He's been exposed a little bit. I do have a question before I forget because this cost me fantasy football. What are your thoughts on Sean McVay kicking the field goal on third down with like 40 seconds left when they're on like the 15, and then kicking field goal, kicking an onside, and then having to score a touchdown? Or why not try one more time, waste 5 seconds on play clock, okay? Try to score, do a quick route, whatever, score a touchdown to Puka Nacua, win me fantasy football, then go kick the onside and only have to gain like 20 yards to kick a field goal.
Well, I think no matter what, you got to take points when you can get them in that situation. You're afraid in that situation there that your quarterback's going to take a sack, that you're not going to be able to rush the field goal unit. I mean, that's what's going through the coach's mind there, obviously, right? You have no timeouts.
Matthew Stafford.
If your quarterback, if you take a sack, though, man, I'm just saying they're taking points there because no matter what, you got to get points. If it's
if you're going to kick the field goal on third down, though, why didn't you do it earlier?
Yeah,
like I mean, he waited that long, like that. That's what didn't make sense to me.
I'm pretty sure Sean McVay knew I needed 1.9 points from either Stafford or Puka.
I think truly because on second down, if you get sacked, you can still run up to the line and spike the ball. Like you still have opportunity to stop the clock. Where if you are on third down, you take a sack or you catch the ball inbounds, not for a first down. By the time you rush that field goal unit out there's no time left. You have no opportunity for not.
There's only one place that ball goes, to the end zone.
I don't disagree. I'm just telling you why they probably on third down.
50-year-old quarterback with a cannon. Okay, he's smart enough. I don't know. It killed me. Especially when Stafford missed Puka right across the middle, like the previous play.
Yeah.
Stafford also did not look very good against the Dolphins.
No, he looked bad.
Him and Goff must have been partying the night before.
Yeah, it must be hungover. The old shake on it 2-day hangover.
To the Thursday night beer.
SDSU boy Roseboom had a pick in that game and almost ended Tua's career again.
Saw that.
Yeah, Tua can't be tackling with his head. That's not ideal.
Welcome.
Shay, what do you got for go ahead, Josh.
No, I was just gonna say, so you guys' Lions, they do look good. Okay, I just want you guys to know that.
Thanks, buddy. Thanks, Josh.
Yeah.
Shay, what do you got for your quote of the day, buddy?
Pain heals. Chicks dig scars. Glory lasts forever.
The Replacements.
Um,
That was a good quote.
Love that, baby.
Thanks, man.
song too.
A song.
Yeah, there's a song with that too.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I'll have to check
Cool.
that out.
Thanks, Josh.
That's almost as good as Dave's diss track to Zach Bryan.
Shit,
That's
so funny.
Jay actually wants to sing it on air here for us. He was telling me before we
Did
came
you hear
on.
me singing it before?
Yeah. Go ahead, dude.
Yeah, we're waiting.
I can't remember it now. Let me
Don't be
think.
shy.
Stage fright.
Josh, do your little stage deal, and then I'll.
Oh, just the part everyone comes to? Yeah. So, Stackman advice of the day. So, the more I hang out in Arizona, okay, the more Dave, what are you going to do? I hate when you do this. I was afraid you were going to do that. Be grateful for what you got. Tomorrow's not guaranteed.
Who died?
No one. I just see, dude, there's just so many people down here that have shitty living conditions and and people die all the time. Tomorrow's not guaranteed. Be grateful for what you got.
I don't think I'm ever going to die.
You're invincible.
While Shay's looking up this song, that's actually good advice, Joshua. There's a lot of situations that, we take for granted and yada, yada. That's a good one. A special announcement for the Black Hills Boys podcast is starting officially next Wednesday. We're going to try to do this thing every Wednesday. We will be having a special guest on that will be emulating NFL coaches. I don't want to give up a surprise on who this guy is going to be. He's going to be full of energy, exciting. He's been on the show before, pulled out a pistol live on the show, has done some pretty questionable things in his life, successfully is running a business. We're excited to have him on here and excited to see what kind of juice he brings to the show. So with that being said,
I thought he was coming today.
no, he can't make it today. He had to order some facial hair. So he's going all in. He said he didn't want to half-ass anything. This guy. He's all in. He said he wanted to make sure he had what he needed to do what he needed to do.
Who's he emulating next week? Do you know?
I'm going to keep that a surprise. I do know. I told him no firearms this time. Last time he had a loaded pistol. He was holding up on the screen. Concerning to the people, I had HR reaching out to me and other deals, and we were about to lose a few sponsors. So we're trying to keep this family, but he's going to bring another element, and we are not responsible for the things he says or does on this show.
I'll take
Right.
responsibility.
Yeah, I am not taking any responsibility. Honestly, Shay, I don't even take responsibility for the things you say. So
Don't mind me, buddy.
Shay, go ahead and sing the end of this song and then the sing out for us, buddy.
I don't know the song. So thanks for coming.